staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Every time it's on everything, the life you choosing, I'm cheddering. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gon' stop till I rest in peace and they put some hold on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So let's go by to a child of God. Standing toe to toe, no hiding out. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want my to hide. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is happening, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as it is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game, so speed like the A train. The path that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that I would chase them.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. What up, BFAM1096.com? How are y'all doing? Facebook. Hey, y'all over at YouTube. This is Tea Time with Tarah, live and on air. I am your host, Tarah M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. Listen, if you haven't already, go over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video or go live. And tell a friend to tell a friend, y'all. We are here every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can go back if you're listening live. You can always go to my YouTube channel to watch a show again or listen in again and say, you know, what was it she said? You know, what did I miss? Or you can just share for encouragement. Okay. I hope you guys brought your pens, your notebook or journal, and I hope you got your favorite drink, whether it's a cup of tea or a cup of something stronger. Or coffee or whatever latte you desire. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I am Tarah M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Welcome to Tea Time with Tarah, live and on air. Okay, guys. So remember, I changed the show a little bit. So I am going to start this show off with some affirmations. Well, before that, I'm sorry. Do me a favor and let me know in the chat. Where are you tuning in from? Is it your first time tuning in or not? Let me know. Y'all can get in the chat, get in the comments, and let me know where are you tuning in from. And I ask this because this show can be heard in over 79 countries, y'all. Okay, it can be heard in over 79 countries. And so I just want to know where you all are across the world. Okay, welcome to the show. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Hit the chat box, hit the comments. Whenever you're seeing this, let me know if you're watching a replay or if you are catching this live. Okay. I would love to interact with you all as best that I am able. Okay. Hey, Cedric from Colorado Springs. How you doing? So we're going to go ahead. Y'all can keep bringing the chats in. Okay, guys, y'all can keep commenting. Hi, Sheila. I don't actually know where you're tuning in from. Sheila, where are you tuning in from? So I'm gonna go forward with the affirmations too while y'all are hitting me in the chat and comments. And so let's see, affirmations for the week. I'm gonna let you guys know this. Sometimes I struggle with getting on this show, but if I don't do nothing for the whole week, I'm gonna show up. You know, I mean, if I have to cancel the show, I will. But I'm Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Sheila says, I am an army wife. We are in Germany. Shout out to Germany. Thank you, Sheila, for tuning in with me every week. I really do appreciate it. That's why I shout you out so much, because you're always here, and I really appreciate that. That helps me and keeps me going and keeps me showing up as well. When you guys show up, it makes me show up, okay? And today I didn't want to show up, okay? I'm gonna let you guys know that. Some days I don't feel like showing up, but I love to hear what happens here with you guys as much as you love to hear what takes place. Hi, Bill. Shout out to Texas. My family's in Texas too. Thank you for tuning in today. And so what are your affirmations, y'all? What are y'all affirmations for this week? Okay. As I was saying, I kind of struggle. I didn't struggle getting here today. I just didn't want to do it. Okay. And I'm probably going to get more into it because I see that our topic for the day is balancing life and work. And so I'm probably going to get more, balancing faith and life. And so I'm probably going to get more into it when we get to the business topic of the week. But what are your affirmations for the week? Remember, our affirmations are sponsored by Tea Time Enterprises. The world needs all you have to offer. Okay. And so with our affirmations, we do 3 affirmations and then a declaration. And so that's I am, I have, I will. And then we declare what kind of day we want to have. And so you can still get in the comments, get in the chats, and let me know what's your affirmations for today. I didn't even think about mine, y'all, because I was done with this day before. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Okay. And today I woke up feeling very peaceful, very calm, very present. Okay. And then I also became very drained. So right now I am pushing through. I am pushing through right now. And it's not even a hard push. It's just a decision. So I am pushing through. I have hope for everything that God said was happening in my life. I have hope for everything that God said was happening now in my life. Okay. Sheila said, I am tired. I will nap this afternoon. Today is a rainy day and I am pushing through my best. Thank you, Sheila, for sharing. And yes, enjoy the rain, y'all. Rain is poetry. Rain is poetry. So let the day go as it may. And today for me, I will show up for this show because that's all y'all got. That's all I got for today is this show. That's it. If I don't do anything else today, I'm not. So today will be a lazy, graceful day because I'm granting myself grace for the fact that I'm not feeling to be productive. I don't have the wherewithal to be productive today. And I'll talk about that a little more. Like I said, when it's balancing faith and life, I'll talk about that a little more with our business topic of the week. Okay. So today will be graceful and lazy for me. And I actually don't like laziness. I don't like laziness. I don't like lazy days. I don't know why I always feel like I have to be productive. But if you are anything like me, you would know from professional advice of a therapist that we need rest. Okay. And it is okay to have lazy days. It's okay to have beautiful rainy days. Take a nap. Enjoy. Drink your favorite drink. I'm always about drinking. Drink your favorite drink. Okay. If you don't do anything else with your day, drink your favorite drink. Why? Because that's how Tea Time with Tarah got started. And I believe when I started this show last year, I told you guys I would tell you a little more about how it got started. Because our anniversary is coming up. Tea Time with Tarah, the anniversary is coming up. Not the radio show, but the overall Tea Time with Tarah. 9th anniversary is coming up. And for those of you who are not familiar with me or my history, or maybe I haven't shared as much as I thought I have, it started with me having 5 minutes a day to myself. And in that 5 minutes, I was a mother of 3 stair-step boys. I was a stay-at-home mom. And at the time I wasn't on my own schedule. I wasn't on my own priority list. And so with 5 minutes a day, I would have a cup of tea, a very hot cup of tea, and a shower in 5 minutes. And if I could do that, then I counted that day as a good day. Okay. No matter what else happened in the day, if I had a cup of tea and a shower, it was great. Okay? I counted it as great. And so affirm what you want for this week. I am, I have, I will, and declare what kind of day you wish to have or week, and let that be okay for you. Okay? Let it be okay for you. So our food for thought quote for the day, y'all, I'm just going to move it right along. Our food for thought quote, because I hope it moves. Look, I'm moving it right along because I hope it moves along fast. So me wanting it to move along is not going to make time go by, okay? So hopefully y'all understand we got to have patience with ourselves too. When you don't want to do something and you push through anyway, have some patience with you and do it anyway. But when you do it too, do it the best to your ability, okay? I don't know where all these messages coming from today, y'all. I didn't want to be here. So whoever is here needs some encouragement as well. And so I hope that this is helping you already in the first 10 minutes. I hope that I've helped you with your day. So food for thought quote is, it's time to come out of the season you have been in. The time is now. Okay. And so that's referencing really hiding away, for those of us who have been in seasons where we've been lacking, or we've been, and I don't mean like lacking in our work or production. I mean, lacking in life, where some people are struggling, or some people are pushing through, or others are just trying to find their way. It's time to come out of the season you've been in. And basically just means it's time for something to shift in your life. And it's shifting right now. Okay. It's shifting right now. And yes, we just switched seasons as well. Literally, seasons have shifted. And we've entered into the fall season. And now we're in a season where things are physically changing around us. And so sometimes when it's time to come out of a season that you've been in, you've got to, what I call, change the walls, move the walls. Okay. And what I mean by that is sometimes your surroundings, like in your home, you need to redecorate, reorganize. Okay. You've got to move with the shift. Okay. And so if this is in your work life, or in your just spiritual, mentally, emotionally, spiritual, physically. Okay. I know that's military stuff. MEPH. I believe that's mentally, emotionally, physically. I mean, PS. Sorry, not H. PS. MEPS. MEPS. You've got to sometimes shift in each of those areas, even financially. Okay. You've got to move with the shift of things. Okay. So if I say it's time to come out of the season that you've been in, you may have been in a season of abundance. Okay. Because the Bible says the first shall be last, the last shall be first. So just like a clock gonna keep going, and the time's going to change. Right. So you may have been good for a while, and now you have to shift and be a little more frugal. Okay. A little more intentional about where you spend your money, your time, your energy, and your efforts. Okay. Or you may have to now come out. Like if you're someone like me, I literally had a busy weekend that was not by design. Okay. I had a busy weekend that I didn't plan for. And I didn't feel I was ready for it either. And perhaps there could be God telling me now it's time to come out of hiding. Like you've been grounded. And now it's time to, begin to bloom. It's time to begin to grow. Okay. Or just come out of. Be represented. Okay. Maybe it's time for you to be represented. You may have pulled back a little bit. You may have taken a seat in your journey, or whatever it is. It's time to be represented now. Okay. It's time to come out of the season that you've been in. The time is now. And so I asked one of my friends yesterday, actually, and I've asked someone else before, and I might continue to coin this question. I don't know. But the question is, what's now for you? What's now for you? Like if you're coming out of a season of your life, then what's now? What is now? What's happening right now for you? And what do you hope to happen? in this? What do you hope to happen in this shift? What do you hope to happen in this transition? Okay. Where do you hope you're going? And are you helping yourself get there? Because that's important. Are you just hoping to get somewhere, or are you actually helping yourself get there? Okay. So it's time to come out of the season you've been in, and the time is now, guys. That is the food for thought quote for this week. Take that with you this week as you go forward and think about it really. What's now for me? Not what's next, not what's coming up, whatever. What's now for me? Okay. So our devotional is coming from My Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series. And this book is titled Healing. We are in week 4 of that particular book. And this week it's coming from the book of John, chapter 4. Our devotional is coming from the book of John, chapter 4. Now, the funny thing about this is that in the book of John, when we think of chapter 4, we think of the Samaritan woman, and Jesus and at the well, and the Samaritan woman. And so when I read this and I was studying it to write that part of the devotional, I asked God to show me something in it that I hadn't seen before, because I'm like, I know about the woman at the well, like, okay, we all know that, or whatever. But there was something here that can be easily overlooked. Okay. And so I'm going to read a little bit and then I'll go over the points with it as well. Okay. I'm a little bit excited about it because I just love how God can take the same thing over and over and over again and give you something new. And I don't know if that was for somebody, but understand there is multi-use in the thing that you're holding on to. And God can take it and make it new. Like right now, there's a scarf on my head. For those of you who can see it on YouTube, okay? There is a scarf on my head that can be used for multiple things, okay? You wouldn't even know it was the same thing, okay? So God can take a word and apply it in different areas and stages of your life. So what it meant for you in the last season, God could have taken this scripture from John 4, and what it meant for you in the last season was that maybe you need to thirst after him, right? It could be that you're thirsty, you need to thirst after him. But in this season, it could mean something else, okay? And so let me go here and say, I'm going to start at chapter 4, verse 7. When a Samaritan woman came to draw water, Jesus said to her, "Will you give me a drink?" His disciples had gone into town to buy food. The Samaritan woman said unto him, "You are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" For Jews did not associate with Samaritans. Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." Okay? "And sir," the woman said, "you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as did also his sons and his flocks and herds?" Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give him will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give him will become in him a spring of water welling up to eternal life." Okay. Let me see. I'm skipping around a little bit because there's another part I want to make sure that I say. I'm looking for it. Give me 1 second because I did not mark it. Okay. Oh, I should have just kept going. The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water." This is verse 15, y'all. I didn't skip around. I'm continuing. The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water." He told her, "Go, call your husband and come back." "I have no husband," she replied. Jesus said to her, "You are right when you say you have no husband. The fact is, You have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband. What you have just said is quite true. Okay? And so I'm going to stop right there. So that was verse 11 through 18 in John chapter 4. Okay? And so if you need to reference that, you can. So my first, let me go to my points because sometimes my points and my notes don't match. Okay? So point number 1. Okay, remember y'all, this is coming from Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series, and this one is titled Healing. Okay, this is from week 4 of the Healing devotional. Okay, monthly devotionals. Jesus answered her, if you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. So if you knew who asked you to do X, Y, and Z, whatever it is, you would in return have asked that very thing, and it would be given. You know, so when you feel or hear the voice of God or feel an urgency from the Lord, and you feel like God is like saying, okay, you need to be more patient, right? Then you pray, God, grant me more patience, you know? Or God's like, I need you to give me time, and, you know, I need your attention. Dear God, focus my attention, right, on you. So if you knew who asked, you would ask him. God, pull my attention to you. Okay? God, work your patience out in me. Okay? And so the daily focus here says, ask and it shall be given. Okay? The question for the day says, God's process for your healing has already been proven, because we're talking about healing, right? Healing. We're talking about that. So I didn't go this far. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, yes, I did. Point number 3, I'm skipping around. So there was no judgment in what I read. There was only truth. And sometimes when people call us out or we call others out, then we get into a situation where egos are hurt and people don't want to hear the truth. Even if it's done in love, we get to the point where people don't want to hear the truth because they believe that you telling the truth is imparting judgment upon them. And sometimes that's not the case. Just as in here, what I just read was Jesus told her the truth about herself. He did not judge her for it. And so point 3 here says the woman at the well wasn't judged by God. She was called out in truth. She was treated with respect. While the Lord was direct with her, he never made her ashamed of her actions. Calling them out was enough to change her. So the daily focus here says the healing is in the truth only. Kill the lies, because how can you heal what you don't uncover? How can you not be honest with yourself about what you're feeling? I saw something, gosh, what was I watching? I was at an event yesterday, and a woman was giving someone their flowers, okay? And in it, she mentioned, asked him the question, did he want Tylenol or did he want prayer for his headache? Did he want Tylenol or did he want prayer? Which one did he want? And what she said was, we don't know if the prayer worked if I give you the medicine, right? So here it says that the healing is in truth only, okay? And so if I'm praying for your healing and you are healing yourself, where does the truth lie in that? And what happens is when you take medicine, it tells your brain to shut the portion off that feels pain. So I think I'm combining 2 situations that may have happened this weekend. So one was the lady saying, do you want prayer or do you want Tylenol? Okay. And the other part is that your body can't heal itself if it doesn't know where to go, because we suppress it when we add medicine to it. Okay. So that's a part of the healing is in the truth only. Okay. Kill the lies. And the question for the day here says, can the Lord hold you accountable in your wrongdoing? And when by wrongdoing, y'all, too, I don't mean that, oh, you're just a bad person. It could be wrongdoing in how you mishandle others, how you mishandle a situation, or how you mishandle or misrepresent yourself. That's still wrongdoing. Okay. I think we've gotten to the point where we're in a society that's so ready to cancel people and so ready to just come against whatever challenges them. And listen, if y'all on here and y'all don't like being challenged, hop on somebody else's live. Okay. Hop on somebody else's podcast or whatever, because here it's about love. Okay. And so, can you be held accountable to your wrongdoing? Can someone call you out in truth and say, and not embarrassment? Jesus didn't embarrass her. Okay. It was just them talking. And he just said it. Ma'am, this is what it is. He didn't say anything else about it. This is what it is. You've had 5 husbands and the man you have now is not yours. You gonna give me this water or not? Like, sometimes we got to get past our egos or our little hearts on strings, on our sleeves. I mean, sometimes we got to get past that point. Okay. So guys, if you want to read more into this, for the devotional time, go to my website. I got the books on the website. Go to www.stalkyourdestiny.com/shop. And you can order any of the 10. I have 10 out now, y'all. 10 of the 12 Earthly Branches devotional series. They are monthly devotionals. And this one that we've been studying for the last 4 weeks is healing. Okay. And it's a beautiful green. Okay. I love the green color. But go to www.stalkyourdestiny.com/shop. And you can order your devotionals there. They're only $10 a piece in US dollars. And you can order those, or you can get any of my books or planners from there, according to where you are in your life and where you are in your journey and whatever resonates with you. Okay. So you can visit that. Now, I will close this portion out. I said I was going to start doing this, and I have, and I hope you guys have been enjoying it as well. But I'm going to close this portion out with the weekly prayer. And so the weekly prayer here says, "Dear God, Lord, you see me. You love me. Thank you for not judging me. Thank you for your mercy upon me, for your correction with me. The food you give is everlasting and heals me from the inside out. Thank you for trusting me to help others in my time of need. Help me to sit in my blessings of time and grace as you help me heal through life. And bless all those you have assigned to bless me. In Jesus' name, amen." Okay. So y'all, again, that's from the Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series. 10 of the 12 are currently published. Yes. I need to find a way to celebrate myself. Okay. I need to do better at that. But 10 of the 12 are published. I'm working on the final 2. But again, you can go to www.stalkyourdestiny.com/shop and order your copies of the Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series. This one was from the one titled Healing. Y'all, these are interactive studies. You can write in these books. They do have the daily pages for you to answer the question for the day or write your thoughts down as well. And also, y'all, too, I haven't shown you guys or even mentioned it before, but for the affirmations, if you wanted an affirmation journal so that you can keep up with how you're doing, put it all in one place, I do have affirmation journals. They're called Tea Time Daily. Those are also at www.stalkyourdestiny.com/shop. You can order those there as well. Okay. Tea Time Daily Journals. And that one is to check in with yourself, asking you your affirmations, and really just dealing with how you're doing for your day and how you want to feel again. Okay. That's a daily journal that you can use. Okay. So we're going to keep this show going. I hope y'all are enjoying the show. Do me a favor, and if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, be sure to share this live. And if you're not, then just remember to go to YouTube and subscribe. Okay. And YouTube is Stalk Your Destiny. I'm thinking about changing that, y'all. I'm thinking about changing it to Tea Time with Tarah on YouTube. just so that everything lines up. But I will take a little more time to think about it and pray about it before I make any changes. And if I do, I will let you all know, of course, every week what the YouTube is if I do change that to Tea Time with Tarah. Okay. And so if you would like to become a sponsor, if you love the show, y'all, I love the show. I love showing up for you guys. But if you love the show and you have a company, a product, a service, you just want to shout someone out, or you have an event coming up, consider becoming a sponsor. And I am working on that on the website. So for now, today, please go ahead and email me at teatimewithtara. That's T like hot tea, TEA, time with Tarah, TARAH at gmail.com. Send me an email and let me know your offer for sponsorship, what your interest is in terms of sponsoring an ad, or just send me an email so that I know to send you information on our sponsorship packages and how we can support your business and get your information out there over the airwaves, as well as over the internet here as well. So if you would love to become a sponsor and you love this show, please send me an email at teatimewithtara at gmail.com. Now, if you love the show and you're like, I don't necessarily want to be a sponsor, but I would love to donate to support it and keep it going, because y'all, this is not free. This is not a free show. I'm not syndicated, or I don't know if that's even the right word. This is not a free show. Okay. This is why we need sponsors. Okay. However, if you just want to donate and you're like, I don't really need to sponsor an ad or anything, but I would love to support the show, you can do that via Cash App at $Stalk Your Destiny. You can do that via Venmo at Stalk Your Destiny. Or you can do that at paypal.me/Stalk Your Destiny. Okay. So again, if you want to donate, you can donate through Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, all at Stalk Your Destiny. Okay. And if you know someone who may want to be a sponsor, a business, a company, a friend of yours, somebody who may love the show, love what I do here, please let them know to communicate with me via email at teatimewithtara@gmail.com, and send those donations in, guys. The donations go directly to the show anyway. So I appreciate all of your support in advance. And I love being here and showing up for you. So consider donating or becoming a sponsor, and tell a friend to tell a friend how this show is helping you, encouraging you, or changing your life daily. And then they can get on board as well. Okay. So what is our business topic of the week? I said it a couple of times already, but we're just going to go right into it. Our business topic of the week is brought to you by Zeal Sweet Flavored Tea, made with love. Okay. And so the topic today is balancing faith and life. Okay. And with that, balancing faith and life, I already told y'all I had an issue coming on today, and not even an issue. What I've noticed is that my weekend was busy. Like I said, it was not planned the way that it went. Now, it was a blessing. I had a great weekend. Let me know in the chat how your weekend went. Okay. Let me know, how did your weekend go? Okay. Let me know in the chat or in the comments, however you're able to communicate with me during this live. How did your weekend go? Okay. And so my weekend, I got invited to a gala event, which at the last minute, I was like, I closer to it, not the last minute, but close to the event, I determined that I wasn't attending the event. But then the day of, I ended up being able to go. And also the person that the event was for felt the same way, was not really going to the event, but then at the last minute decided to go. And so got everyone together to go to that event. And so that was getting dressed up, getting out, being available, being open, and being supportive, right? All good things, all good energy, right? But it's energy being used, okay? It's being used. And so you got to be present for those things. And so I was present on Saturday. And then Sunday happened, and Sunday was completely unplanned. I woke up early and spent time with God, and then just started having a praise and worship party. Sunday was beautiful from sun up to sundown. I was up before the sun, okay, and down after the sun. Sunday was a beautiful day for me. And again, unplanned though, completely unplanned day. I actually went to uh, church, and then after church, there were some festivities taking place at the church. Church went a little longer than usual. And then the things after church went longer than usual. And then I got invited to a celebration of life in a good way, y'all. Someone who's still alive, a birthday, celebrating a birthday. And then that went into the evening. Okay. And so today I was like, I don't want to do any of this stuff. Why am I here? Like today I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. That's how I felt. And it's interesting because when I woke up this morning, I felt like, wow, thank you, God, for such a beautiful weekend. I felt gratitude. I felt love. I felt present this morning. But as it got closer to the time for me to come on to the show, I was like, I'm not going to do this, because I recognized that I had to show up this weekend. I had to be present this weekend. And again, with that shifting season, right? We're shifting. And so if I've been in hiding for a year now, and I've been in what's called grounding for a year now, then coming out of that can be a little scary. Coming out of that can be a lot. My capacity for engagement has changed. It has changed. So in balancing faith and life, today I had to make a decision. Am I going to show up for the show that I love and just pray that by faith that God will be there, God will show up, God will give me the strength I need to go forward and present to you all? Or am I going to let life bog me down because everything in life's not pretty right now? Life is just kind of doing its own thing right now. And that's taking my energy. That's making me feel drained. So how do I balance that? Okay. And like I told y'all earlier in the show, if I don't do nothing else today, I did this. If I do nothing else today, the most important thing of my day is showing up here on a Monday for me. And so balancing that is understanding that I don't have to feel guilty, or let me say this, I don't get to feel guilty. I don't get to feel guilty because I showed up. Okay, because I was present. You don't get to guilt trip yourself for the things you did that were good. Okay, but in that balancing act, I have to recognize, and you too, in playing the balancing game, okay, with faith and life. Yes, you're like, my faith tells me to do this, but life is like this. And we can all get caught there. It's like, I believe this, but look at life, Stephen Furtick did a sermon a few years back where he was like, I'm blessed, but I'm stressed. I'm blessed, but I'm broke. I'm blessed, but I'm sick of it, And so that's the reality of it. The reality of it is that you can show up and be present and have as much energy as you want to have for that time. But you've got to have a balancing act. And you may be able to go and only have to rest one day. You may be that type of person. I showed up for 2 days, and now today I'm like, forget everything. And that's not even how I'm feeling on mentally. I'm ready to do more. Mentally, I'm like, okay, that's great. Let's go forward. Let's do it. Oh, we're going to get some work done today. And I've often done that recently. I felt really like, okay, yesterday was so productive, or yesterday was so beautiful. I would love to have a full day again today. And today gets here and my body is like, no, the hell you don't. No, you don't. And my mental capacity is like, no, we're not doing that today. We're not doing that. Like, what the fuck? What are you thinking? We're not doing it. Okay. We're not doing it. And so balancing faith in life. If my faith says, Tarah, you need to get dressed and you need to show up for this radio show. This is what God gave you to do. This is what you get to do. This is what you paid to do. Okay. It's an investment. You paid to be able to show up for the people and do whatever God has you to do, right? You paid to do that. You paid to be there in that place. So while life says, girl, sit down, take a chill pill, rest a little bit, my faith says you can spare this hour and push. You can spare this hour and push. And so here I wrote, what do I do in the in between? Okay. What do I do in the in between? What do I do in between faith and life? And I'm in this shift right now. Like the shift is literally taking place right now. What do I do? How do I balance that? Like I'm not where I used to be, but I'm not where I want to be. I'm not as bad as I was before, but I'm definitely not as good as I could be. What do I do? And there's an old song, and this is telling my age a little bit, but I don't care. Donnie McClurkin, stand. After you've done all you can, stand. Okay? And so sometimes in the in-between, you just have to rest. And if you're anything like me, resting is hard to do, especially when you have to rest and produce what God is telling you to produce. Because that's working your faith. God, if I sit here for a few days and do nothing, I have to believe that the day I get up to produce fruit, it's going to be good fruit. And not only is it going to be good fruit, I'm going to produce a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen those reels or heard of the people who procrastinate for 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 2 to 3 months, and they get something done in a matter of hours. I'm one of those people. Okay, I don't know about y'all. I'm one of those people. In this year, y'all might think, well, she took this year to write those books. Well, I mean, I've been writing books over time. It's been over years. However, if you actually saw me sit from start to finish with a book, especially these devotionals, you would see how quickly I can produce it. Okay, you would see how quickly I can produce it. Versus you may think, oh my gosh, it took the whole year, or it took 2 whole years, or whatever. Like, yeah, it took that time because I procrastinated. And so what do you do in the in-between when you're balancing operating in your faith and living in this real world? Okay. When things are shifting and everything's moving around you and nothing is quite what you want it to be or where you need it to be, and you kind of want to just yell it out. You kind of just want to say, forget it all. Forget all of it. Again, get somebody else to do this. But we can't, you don't want to forfeit what God has given you to do. You don't want to forfeit being used by God, okay? And because even Jesus, okay? Even Jesus was like, if you can, take this cup from me. What are you doing? He was like, if you can, take this cup from me. Okay? But what did he do in between of that? And I didn't even write this down. Okay? I didn't even write this down. God took this in a little bit of a different direction. What he did in the middle of that was he surrendered. He surrendered. Nevertheless, life is happening right around me. Life is happening to me. Life is happening for me. Okay? And I don't know what to do, right? I don't know which way to go. I'm in between. I'm in this shift. I don't know my left from my right. I don't know. What do I do in this middle? Okay? Surrender. Total surrender. Total surrender says, God, I'm putting the blinders on. And I won't move until you tell me which way to go. I won't move until you say to go forward or backward. I won't move. I will rest here. And I will wait with eagerness and anticipation of what you have to say next. Okay? And so again, balancing your faith and your life, if you're anything like me, resting is going to feel like you need to be guilty for that. It's going to feel like, what the fuck are you doing and why? And who are you to sit down and rest? Y'all, I don't know who trained us to feel so guilty for being human. I don't know who trained us. on that. I have no idea, but they can go about their business. Okay? If God says rest, sit down. Guess what? When you get up from there, it's going to be there. I promise you, it's going to be there when you get up from there. When you do your avoidant behaviors, guess what? It's still going to be there when you get done. It's still going to be there. Whatever it is that you have to overcome, it's still going to be there. Why? Because God called you to it to see you through it. It's still going to be there. Okay? So you're still going to have to overcome that thing. But if God says, daughter, son, take a minute. Okay? Take a minute. So here in my notes, because now I'm looking at the screen and I'm looking at my notes. I don't know who that was for. That was not in my notes. Okay? My notes was asking about what do you do in between? You keep believing and you surrender. Okay? And so in my notes, it says, no, DC, you were right with the notes. I was off the notes. And so my notes here says, when I do the work, but it's not working yet. What about that? What about when I'm doing the work, but it's not working yet? It's not in season yet. Okay. It's not in due season yet. When you're doing the work, but it's not working yet, it's like a farmer. Okay. It's like a farmer. They work the land. You work the land until you produce a crop. Okay. And they wait on the harvest. So when you're doing the work, and y'all, and I know this all too well, it's very tough. It's very tough. Okay. When I'm doing the work, but it's not working yet, what do? Well, you've got to work your faith. This is where you have to believe that what God says in his word is going to come to pass in your life. This is where you sit under, you meditate on the word. Okay. Meditating on nothing from nothing breeds nothing. Okay. So meditating on the word of God, going back through there. God, what did you say about this? God, what do you say to me? You know, it's not working yet. What do I need to know about endurance? What do I need to know about long suffering? What do I need to know about patience? God, show me the fruit of the spirit, because right now I'm producing malice and anger and rage and all the things that are in Galatians 5 before the fruit of the spirit. It's all listed there. Okay. Idolatry, all of those things, right? So in your anger, first of all, do not sin. In your anger, do not sin. Ask God to give you the capacity to love beyond the push. Okay. And so what do you do when it's not working yet? Again, I told y'all, I know this all too well. Working. And you know what God said about it? He said, you know, you may not be able to see this, but first of all, I'm building your catalog. So, but where I'm taking you, you're just going to need to show them this magazine of everything that you've produced. Okay. The total package needs to be put together before I allow you to take this next step. Because where I'm taking you, they want everything that you have. Okay. And so what is God doing behind the scenes? God is working on your behalf, which is why I said, okay, rest. You're going to need your energy and strength for the next. You're going to need it for where I'm taking, and you're going to want to need it. You're going to want to have it for where I'm taking you, for what I'm doing with you, for the works that you produced are not in vain. Working in the toil of your hands is not in vain. Okay. And so, okay, God, that's fine. That's cute. That's what we're doing. Okay, fine. But I'm having a hard time keeping my faith and producing this work and struggling. And here's the thing, God will tell you quickly, where are you struggling? Where have I not provided for you? Who are you comparing yourself to that you feel like you're struggling now? What in the world told you were struggling? Who told you that what I provided for you was not enough? Come on now. Y'all, I'm asking these questions because I'm saying God will ask you, God will put you in a chokehold really quickly when you start to complain about the place that you're in on your way to destiny. On your way to destiny. We get so impatient, and I am speaking from experience of being in long suffering, okay? And producing many good works. In the evidence of the fruit of my life that I have produced from what God has told me to do is plentiful. It's plentiful. If we had to go off of wealth based on what you produce spiritually and physically that God has mentioned to you privately, y'all, I would be wealthy. I would be funding y'all stuff right now. Okay? But when God says, "Who are you to ask me these questions?" What are you talking about? You know, this is where I have in my notes where it says desperation to determination. This is where a conversation came in with a friend about how we believe, and how we declare things as well, right? And sometimes we're like, God, do this for me. God, do that for me. God, can you just provide X, Y, and Z? God, could you just come through? Like, I just really need, and we're desperate after God. Like, God, can you just, oh my gosh, right? And we're not determined to where to say, okay, my day yesterday, y'all. My day yesterday. I didn't listen, very transparent here. I didn't plan on going to church because I didn't have enough money to get to and from church. I don't have a car. So I didn't have money to plan to get to and from church. I had enough money for one direction. One trip. One yesterday. That's what I had enough money for. One. Okay? And in that, I got an offer for someone to take me to church. I didn't have to ask. God lined it up. Someone offered to take me to church. Then I get to church and get invited to another event. Well, how in the world am I going to go to another event and go home if I only have enough money for one ride? Thank God that the friend that offered me the ride to church was able to drop me off at the location for the event. Okay? And then guess what? That money for that one ride brought me home. And guess what? God had already worked those things out before I even knew I was going to church. I didn't know. But guess what? I wasn't desperate after it. In the morning, I said, Lord, if you want me to go to church today, make a way. Make a way, God, for me to go. If it's in your will for me to go to church, make a way. I was determined, right? But I was open too. I'm just like, I didn't call nobody and ask for a ride. And I'm not saying don't ask, okay? I'm not saying be prideful. If God says tell you to ask, then do open your mouth and ask, okay? But at this point, I was telling my Father, I'm determined after it. Lord, I would love to go to church today. If it's in your will, make a way. I wasn't desperate. And I didn't even say, God, give me the money I need for today. I just said, God, make a way. You already know what I need. You already know what I have or don't have, Lord. Do it for me. If it's in your will for today. And I was okay either way, but I really wanted to go to church for multiple reasons. Okay? Multiple reasons I wanted to be in this church. Okay? But I love the church that I go to now. I love the church that I attend. So whether or not you go to church or whatever, please go to a place that's feeding you, that's fueling you with good leadership as well, because this is something that's a part of my growth process. It's a part of God bringing me out of hiding, right? Balancing this faith and life thing. You got to walk it out. And so, again, going from desperation to determination, I wrote here, go higher. Stop longing and start hoping again. Sometimes we're desperate because we've lost our hope. You got to grow in your hope. Begin to hope again. Okay? Begin and stop longing after something as if it's unattainable. You've got to believe that you can have it. And if you don't get it, then believe that it was best in that time. Okay? For you to not have it. So go from desperation to determination. Start hoping again. Okay? Because with faith in I believe in Romans 8 and 24, 25 and 26, I believe, somewhere in there, it says that we don't hope for what we already have, right? We don't hope for what we already have. We hope for things we don't have, and we work our faith in hoping that it comes to pass, right? You have to put your faith in action. So you hope for what you don't have, and you believe whatever God says about it. You believe that it's coming. You believe that it's yours. And so go from desperation to determination, y'all. Okay? And be stretched, because that was something that I had written in here. My notes that the pastor has said something about that too. You got to be willing to be stretched in the season that you're in, so that when it's time to come out and go to the next season, when it's time for this shift to happen, you have the capacity for God to pour in whatever he needs you to have. That is my paraphrasing of what my pastor said a couple of weeks ago at church. Okay. So be willing to be stretched, and stretching hurts. And y'all just heard my guest last week, April Franks, mentioned about that, expanding. Don't just think, oh, I'm expanding my mind, I'm growing in. Okay, that's cute. What about spiritually? Are you expanding? What about physically? Are you expanding? What about what you're eating, what you're drinking, how you're treating people, how you're talking to people? Are you expanding? Are you growing? Or are you doing Groundhog's Day every day? It's time to wake up, y'all. It's time to wake up. Good morning. It's time to get up. Beautiful day. Grand rising. Hello. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to come up out of it. Come up out of it. Last week I talked to y'all about running. Not last week. Before, was that last week? No, before that I talked to you guys about run after it. Okay? We're in this shift now. It's time to go forward in it. Okay? So let me give y'all weekly recap. I made it to the end. I'm so glad I did not give up on y'all today. I'm so glad that I showed up for you guys today, because just as much as I share this information with you all, I need it for myself too. I need to hear it for myself. So I'm not above you because I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you what God is giving me to give and share, because I need it too. Okay? So our weekly recap, I'm going to do this a little quickly for you guys, is number one, God loves you for real and knows all of you. Okay? Remember to worship in spirit and in truth, y'all. Accountability is mandatory for true healing. Accountability is mandatory for true healing. Your daily bread is more than a word. It's nourishment for your soul. Okay? And I'm sorry, God's daily bread is more than a word. It's nourishment for my soul. Okay? God has you covered, so it's okay to heal. All right? Don't forget to do your affirmations. I am, I have, I will, and declare what kind of day or week you will have. Okay? Our food for thought quote for today was, it's time to come out of the season you have been in. The time is now, y'all. And our business topic of the week was balancing faith and life. Okay? If you want to become a sponsor of this show, sponsor an ad, share your company, your business, your service, or whatever, please send me an email at teatimewithtara@gmail.com. If you want to send a donation to support the show, then you can send that through Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal at Stalk Your Destiny, y'all. This has been Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I am your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. We're here every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to head over to the YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend exactly what you think about this show and why you tune in, y'all. And I will be back here next Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I am Tara Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. This has been Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. Until next time.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna bring. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground, 'cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Every time it's on everything, the life you choosing, I'm cheddering. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sickness and the cure ain't no tethering. I ain't gonna stop till I rest in peace. piece and they put so hard on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So what's the lie to a child of God? Standing toe to toe, no hiding out. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want out of high. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength assassin, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as they is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Mess around and call me on my A game. Full speed like the A train. The path that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chest it.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose hope. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.